So, good afternoon, everybody. This is Tenacious Earl with a quick update video. And so we're in the midst of a golf tournament here. I'll pick that up maybe later tonight. We'll see if I can get an hour in. But I'm really kind of like angling and pushing towards a project. I think I've alluded to it a little bit here and there, but I didn't really want to reveal it too much until now. I've probably mentioned it in passing to one or two people, but nothing concrete. So, hi, Strat, Delaware. So, new project. Okay. Well, there hasn't been much done from what I've seen. There's a couple channels. Obviously, Steve Towers' channel, he does some stuff. But second season, I mean, obviously that's been something that I invested in, and I put a couple of little games on here, sort of one-offs. I wanted to do a project with it. So the project that I'm going to announce, it's going to be known as the Tenacious Football League, or if you want to shorten it, NFL. And Tenacious, it's pretty contrived, but actually it serves two purposes. One is it tells you how many teams are going to be in the league, and it also kind of, I think, helps. I hope it kind of pulls back a little bit of this idea that I'm somehow tenacious, because I'm okay, but you know, it's tough to live up to that. So maybe this is just a little bit of a play on words like the other one was, and maybe it will make people think, oh, well, it is a play on words. So it's going to be very similar, I would say, in structure to the Tenacious Baseball League, except it's going to be 9 teams, and it's going to be a 16-game season. So it's going to be 9 random teams, and I'm going to do some kind of a special broadcast where I'm going to try and see if I can get a randomizer on my Kindle here and see if I can actually like pick the teams that way, like one at a time. Just hit random a few times, and then we start at the next one, and the top team on the list we take, and then we do it again, take the top team. If there's a repeat, we just do it again until we get 9 teams. And that way, there's no question that, you know, it was randomly chosen by something. Again, it's going to be 1 home game and 1 away game against each team, which will make a 16-game season, an 18-week season, because you're going to need a bye week. You're going to need, each team's going to get 2 bye weeks because you can only have 8 teams playing at a time. I've already generated my schedule spreadsheet. It'll create it randomly. All I'll have to do is enter in the teams into my spreadsheet, and it's going to be I believe this is the 2016 season. It's the one that I bought with second season. So we'll get some players. It'd be neat, probably, if it were it'd probably be more neat if it were a historical season. I think that would attract some more interest. But I mean, 2016, quote unquote, is historical, like as far as it's not current, but it's more current than a lot of other seasons we could do. And I will say that second season doesn't have they don't have a vast array. I mean, they definitely have some history as far as some other seasons available. All right, again, it'll be a single division, so everybody's going to be in the same division, playing head-to-head against each other's team. So it's kind of like a European soccer league, in that it's going to be like home and home, or 1 home, 1 away against each team. I thought about instituting a soccer point system, like 3 points for a win, but this football, it would be really weird with football trying to ties I mean, are you going to play for a tie? Then you'd have to like cut out overtime, and I feel like that's something that you don't do in football. So maybe someday that will be something that I go to. But I think in football, the other thing about that is it's really difficult to play for a tie if you are on defense. So I think offenses tend to be able to move at will. Good offenses, and bad offenses can do the same in effect, because defenses tend to play a little bit conservative at times when they're trying to just either ride it out to overtime or hold on to a lead. So, and it'll be a top 4 playoff, so you're going to get almost half, which is not ideal, but so that's my next project, and this is going to be a project that's going to probably going to take me a while, because I mean each week's only going to be 4 games, and so it's going to be a total of 64 games. But the games in second season, they aren't something you can really play in one sitting very easily. Another thing that I want to talk about in this video just briefly is wanting to make as much of this fun as I can. And I'm talking about whatever projects I have. I really need to, I was thinking about it today at work, just when I had a little bit of time, actually heading to the restroom, just popping in my head. It's like, am I doing this for the fun of it? I feel like the videos can make you want to rush. And I started playing this Colonial Invitational last night. If you haven't seen the first part of it, check it out. I mean, we get through hole 3 with the lead group. May not be for you, but if it is, that's great. But towards the end of that video, I was really trying to kind of like rush through things, and I want to make sure I'm not in the process of wanting to have a channel. I don't want to lose sight of it being something that's supposed to be a fun experience, relaxing experience. You're going to lose, I think you're always going to lose some of that when you do something like a video series. But I am a little concerned that kind of this decision that I constantly feel like I'm having to make, that I really need to like speed things up. It's it's just it can be troublesome. It can make you feel like you're and I think it's probably something that even people who are have never done a video, people just run their projects, they may have to manage some, because I think if let's say you're doing a full season replay, I would imagine it's pretty difficult to not just start trying to bust through games left and right and trying to streamline it, trying to make it go fast. And at some point there, have you enjoyed it, or is it just something that's going to be a drill or a necessity because I started it and I have to finish it? And the Phillies project became somewhat like that to me. It was something that I wanted to finish, I needed to finish for my own psyche, but at what point does it go from being that, at what point do you lose too much of the idea that I'm doing this because I started doing this for relaxation, as far as the playing games, bringing in YouTube into it and all that stuff? It changes your viewpoint on what you're doing it for. I mean, I still do it for myself, but I will always say that, but I think I would be lying not to say that there isn't something that's like, I'm doing this for people watching. I want people to learn. I want people to maybe even I definitely would think second guessing is fine. Maybe it opens up an idea in my brain that maybe I thought through things wrong, or maybe by you mentioning it, we work it out, and then turns out I was probably right and you were wrong, or it's like, it's okay. It's okay for us to be wrong. And I'll tell you what, as a child, it took me a long time to get used to that idea, because I think we're just self-centered people, and it's easy to get there. But it's okay if we learn. It's fine to make a mistake. We've done it before. So, but what I would like to do is I want to try to make sure that this is fun. And when I mean fun, I mean like relaxing fun, and not like trying to just beat the clock, which is sometimes how it feels. And it's not like it's a big problem. I'm not like losing sleep over it or fretting over it, but it's just something that I need to keep in mind. And I'm putting it out here for you guys because, like I said, some of you run long projects, and this is going to be a long project, this football. It's going to take, it might take me a week a game, just because it's tough to do it in one sitting. You just can't. You almost have to do a quarter a sitting. So each game somewhat becomes like a game day. And so we've got 64 game days, in fact, I would say. So, but I think it'll be fun. It'll be interesting to see. Again, it's an experiment, and I ran the experiment with Stratomatic. I'd kind of like to run the experiment with History Maker Baseball. I'm just having trouble getting back to it, and I'm risking, how do I want to put this, and no disrespect meant to anybody, but it can be very easy to overload yourself with too many things. And so I did a blog post a couple of weeks ago, after the Phillies series was over, and I said, one of the takeaways I had is it's okay to bail. And I do believe that. So if you're not having fun in something, if it's just a dredge going along there, you're just, it's just a slog. You got that sort of that feeling like, I want to get it done, but it's just not that much fun. It's okay to say, I'm done with it. I can't do this. This is not right. It's probably better to do that than to continue on. In a lot of cases, sometimes you need to test yourself and to push yourself. That's what I did. I don't know if I made the right decision or not. I probably did, but it's a toss-up, I think. But my point is, it's okay to say, you know what? I got into something. I got in over my head. I'm gonna abandon it. I can't do this. It's not fun. I need to find something else that will engage me. And I think doing that, especially if you can, like, running a channel here. The next time that feels like that to me, I'm going to outright say, listen, I'm not doing this anymore. And I'm very, 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 very close to saying that about the other Tenacious baseball leagues that I had started, because I'm having trouble wrapping my mind around getting back into it. It's just like sometimes you get distance between something, and it's like I can't remember enough about it to make me want to do it again, or not make me want to, but I'd be afraid that I wouldn't give it the same level of intimacy. But what I'll probably have to do is try to jump back into it at some point and see. If it comes right back to me, then great. If it doesn't, then I'm just going to say, hey, this is enough. I can't just leave the people hanging that were interested in this, because there were several people that were watching it. I don't think it had the same level of interest as other things. But anyway, I got to get going. So there you go. Take it easy, and see you later.